Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the BFFs podcast. Make sure you guys tap that bell, subscribe, and like the video.
Yes.
I guess I kind of took it all, didn't
You
I?
did. Well, let's get into that.
Let's go.
Are you rolling? Are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
We're good?
All right.
I'm 52.
You are.
I'm 52. I'm in Paris with my wife at dinner watching Your Love Life. And my wife's like, what are you doing? And I go, Brianna, this fucking shit's going down. She was like, are you being serious? I go, yeah. And she goes, do you know her? I go, not really. She was like, wait, do you know him? I said, no. She goes, and you're really invested in this? I go, very, very invested.
Oh, wait, okay. I'm curious. Like, what's an outsider's take? What's Bert's take on the
You're not going to
love
like my take.
Okay, let's hear it.
You should have taken the money.
Everyone thinks that.
No, you should. I'll tell you, man, I've been in drama before. Mm-hmm. Internet drama sucks.
It does.
It sucks. It sucks because don't you guys have like a booze company or something?
Oh yeah, you want
sucks,
some?
Yeah, I'll take a cocktail.
It
It sucks because you get misrepresented. You get misspoken for.
Yeah.
And it is colossally frustrating. And you're never going to win. You're never going to win. Not everyone's going to agree with you. People are going to hate your guts, and they're going to hate your guts for unfair reasons. And you know, and like we talked about it on Two Bears, me, Ari, and Tom.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, there's such a deep. There's so much to it that there's so much to unpack.
There is.
There's so much and I know no one comes on this podcast to defend that guy, but what I will say is, I can't imagine how weird his head must have spun with the life he has. A guy like that is not supposed to be the number 5 earning artist in the world.
Yeah.
He seemed like a regular guy, and all of a sudden, life is fucking crazy. Now listen, I'm famous, but I'm 52. I got famous at 44. Like I felt very lucky for it, but even I was fucked up. I was fucked up. But I would have taken the money and just not said anything.
Yeah, I couldn't take. I
know.
I could never. I still like.
There would have been a lot of things that you do today that you wouldn't be able to do too.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. The silence is deafening.
Yeah. Oh,
I know. Silence.
I know.
To hold your fucking tongue. You end up saying things.
Well, then I would have said something and got sued, and then I would have been in fucking court, and then it's like just fuck you.
Anytime you would have said, any boyfriend after that, anytime you ever brought up, I dated this one guy, it's that guy. That's who they think it is.
Exactly.
That's the frustrating part.
And they tried to, the NDA was crazy. They tried to loop Josh into it, Dave into it, all of Barstool. Like, it was fucking colossal.
And then I get heartbroken that you and Grace break up because I loved you two together. And it's like, all of a sudden, it's like all I'm doing is fixating on you. And I've been saying your name wrong this entire time.
What were you saying? You're saying
Chickenfry.
That's okay.
I've been saying Brianna Chickenfry. And I said it to Tommy, and he goes, what did you just say? And I go, and I'm thinking, there's no way you know who I'm talking about.
Right.
And I go, Brianna Chickenfry. And he goes, no, it's not. And I go, no, you don't know who I'm talking about. And he goes, no, you don't know. And we got into a fight. We got into a fight about how to say your name. And then he knows you. And I'm like, wait, how do you know her? And he goes, everyone fucking knows her. I was like, because if you get on Tom Segura's radar, man.
Oh, shit, I made it.
You're this close from my mom knowing you.
Let's go.
Way to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm sure a lot of you, like myself, struggle with work-life balance or just feeling stressed out during your day. Well, do I have a solution for you? Because of Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, Black Card Spa can help you with all of that. They got massage chairs. They got the hydro massage bed. Everything you can need at their 2,700 plus locations. You can bring a friend anytime. So make sure you guys rebound and recover with the Planet Fitness Black Card Spa. Get your first month free when you join online for $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime and make sure to use code RR2025. That's code RR2025. Expires April 8th, 2025. We are all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. If it
And
makes
then
you feel
Dave
less bad.
leaves BFFs. I mean, it was the only likable side of him.
I know.
It was the only reason I like Dave Portnoy is because of you guys. What, am I supposed to follow him for pizza reviews?
We had him back on yesterday for like a little guest episode. He was so excited. He sits down. He couldn't stop talking. He didn't want to leave. It was great.
It was good. It was good. He said he'd been walking around and he feels like he has no one to talk to about the drama anymore. So it's good that he joined us. It was good that he joined.
Yeah, he had to get it off his chest. Do you like know anything otherwise like about the TikTok drama stuff? Do you scroll?
No. Oh yeah, I do scroll.
You scroll?
But I scroll, but like my algorithm's pretty fucked up.
What is it?
It's like, I mean, I think everyone knows it by now. Is boat crash videos.
Oh.
Nice.
Is HBCU cheerleaders.
Okay.
Puerto Ricans getting their hair cut. Watches. And like hot chicks at golf.
Have you seen the lady that went to Pakistan and is taking over?
Black chick.
Yeah.
It's
What do
fucking
you think about
awesome.
her?
So hold on. Don't get me started on black chicks. Okay, I'm going through a moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What is this
Doechii
moment?
just fucked me up.
I'm fucking obsessed with her. Just
all
as
we've
a
been
two.
talking
Like
about on
I'm
this podcast.
obsessed with her.
I just said this at lunch. It breaks my heart. It doesn't break my heart, but it hurts my feelings that I am the actual polar opposite of what she's attracted to. That the last thing she'd have sex with would be me. The very last thing. If we were all on a bus, she'd pick everyone and then go, ugh, fine, this guy.
She probably doesn't even want you to be a fan of her music.
We
She's
both
like,
grew up in Tampa.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to be like, yo, we're from Tampa, but we probably didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. So
No.
it's like, yeah. What country club did you belong to? She's like, huh? I go, did you go to
Different side of
Avila?
Tampa.
My parents just left Avila. But we Palmacia? Is that?
What are you fucking talking
I'm
about?
such a disconnected individual. No, the black chick taking over Pakistan.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait to see her beheading video. It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna happen soon too.
Are you-
Or she's gonna behead
Somebody else.
on
Dude.
the fucking news.
There's no way this doesn't end bad. There's no,
No
way.
way.
This is.
I've been thinking about being the one that sends her the $100,000 just to get whatever needs to happen moving.
get good media
I just want to get it
coverage.
moving, man.
I just saw her video today, and I didn't know what I was watching, and I'm like, why hasn't someone punched her? That's what they do in that country. You can totally punch a woman.
Oh,
you can light her
yeah,
on
you could
fire.
ju-
You can light a
yeah.
woman on fire.
But she's running the show. Everyone's listening to her.
What if
For now.
What if she affects change?
What if that was the thing we needed?
Can I tell you
Scamming people.
that's where I got that question? I swear to God, I had a question. I saw this video and then I said, if you had to travel to a country to kill a woman, what country would you go to first, and what country would you go to last?
Okay.
To kill a woman, you had to kill her. Like, what would be the easiest nationality to kill? In your opinion?
Oh, like
The woman's nationality.
Yeah. You travel to a country like on vacation, but you're really there to kill someone.
Okay.
And you pick that based on what would be the lightest lift for you.
Hardest, Russia.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to go against a
Wow.
Russian
No.
woman.
Oh, wow. Oh, God, you just fucked me up.
I don't want to
Okay.
go against a Russian woman.
Okay.
That's scary.
I had said Brazil.
You said that's going to be the hardest? I have a Brazilian
kill?
girlfriend. You know what? Maybe I back that up now. I probably should say that. That's probably the right answer for me. So I'm going to say the Brazilian woman's the hardest.
Brazil's tough. Now, wait, so what do you think's easiest? I think people would say Asia, but
I was
that's
gonna
a
say
mistake.
Asia.
Yeah, no. You got to remember, you got to lure them in, right?
oh, America.
No, that's up in the top one hard ones.
Really?
Yeah,
Women are getting killed every day
but
here.
the soft ones.
Okay, all right, true.
That's a little bit of natural selection.
Yeah, well, you big states.
Natural selection.
So the easiest, and you don't think it's an Asian country.
I think you go. So let me. I'm gonna tell you a short story.
Yeah.
I traveled in Australia. Ever been to Australia?
I haven't been to Australia.
In Australia, every sign is written in English and in German. Because Germans grow up with no predators. They have no predators. They don't have wolves. No predators.
Wow.
So Germans think, hey, Germans are like white kids that go to private school. They think, this world's easy.
Right.
Yeah, they're never looking over their shoulder.
Germans die at a crazy clip in Australia. They get eaten by crocodiles like every day. 5 Germans get eaten by crocodiles. I don't know, but you might want to Google that. But
That sounds
I feel
true.
like that's a really high stat. 5 a day?
I don't know, maybe.
so
it's
that's
Australia.
why I would choose German adjacent. I'd go to Norway.
Oh, yeah.
You've really thought about
Yeah.
this.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I do with my spare time.
Have
Right.
you thought about men?
Killing women. Think about killing
I
women.
have no, wow, that's so funny. That's so sexist of me.
Yeah, where would you kill the men? Like, an easy man for me to kill. Ooh.
Whoa. You just blew my fucking mind. Hold on. You're going to have to give me a second. Okay, it's definitely not Russia. I'm definitely not killing a Russian man.
No.
that
That's
would be the
again
hardest.
hardest. I think that's the hardest for both genders.
Fair. They're just so fucking scary. In
Yeah.
Russia.
Oh, yeah.
They hang out with bears on a daily.
Where are
Dude,
there
you know
a lot
what?
of,
I
like,
traveled to Russia once. Anyway.
You did?
Yeah.
No way.
I told my daughter is traveling abroad right now, studying abroad. And I said, I'm so excited for you. This is going to be such a great adventure. And she goes, really? Have you ever traveled abroad, Dad? And I went, what? She goes, do you ever study abroad? And I said, yeah. She goes, where did you go? And I went, are you being serious? She goes, I'm fucking with you. She goes, you don't think I've heard that story? The men.
easy. I'm trying to think little tiny men. Where are there little tiny men? Maybe like Taiwan?
The smallest men are the smallest men.
Like, think about how Vietnam kind of fucked people up, you know?
But
they're
do
not
they-
big
do they
men.
have
They're
weapons?
not big men, and we tried
killing the Vietnamese,
It didn't
and we
work.
lost. Okay,
It did not work.
I'm not picking any country we lost against.
No. So it can't be
Fuck,
like
then
one of
what
them.
The
men are we
littlest
gonna
men are
kill?
like probably, I would say, Philippines.
Are you're just Googling
I've actually
smallest
Googled
men in
this.
the world?
I've Googled penis size too. That one will not shock you.
Oh,
Yeah. You're
no.
like, well, really? They're big in Africa? No way. I never
No, I
heard
didn't
that.
think about that.
Yeah.
What about that island of the untouched civilization?
Oh, I don't. That's the hard. I
Well,
would
it
never
depends.
want to go there.
What are you going in with? Is it bare hands?
bare hands,
Oh,
buddy.
it's bare hands.
Bare
Never mind.
hands.
Never
Oh,
mind.
I'm never
Bare
gonna
hands.
try to kill
statement.
anyone.
I've always wanted to fly a drone show over top of that island of the
Yeah.
that haven't been
Yeah.
civilized whatsoever, because I think I'd become their god. If you go over and you fly a drone show
They'll
there,
think you're God. Like
Whatever.
Travis Scott, he does that drone show.
exactly.
He makes
Do
like
a little
a
Travis
cactus.
Scott concert there, and you become God.
That's what I love is your imperialism is showing, and it's ingrained in us to think. I was in Tanzania. I was taking a helicopter in Tanzania for Travel Channel, and I'm flying over these men, the Maasai tribe. They're all in robes. The women are beautiful, tall, dark skinned. All these guys have sticks. One guy's got a goat on a piece of rope. And my first thought was, could I conquer them? Could I become their leader?
Right.
And I went, oh my God, that's just old school colonialism.
Yeah.
You guys think you're God, white men. God.
Well, we're pretty close. I mean, if what are we gonna do? We're gonna break it down. I mean,
it's the
we've been
next
hitting dingers for a while. Okay.
Do you guys think you'll ever
And
fall
we
off?
weren't the first ones. We just showed up later.
Yeah,
we were on the other side of the mountains, and then we came over like, yo, we'll take over from here.
It's in your blood.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
It is.
that is going to get clipped out in the most evil way.
It's not gonna
There's
be
no way.
horrible. And then it's gonna pan to me
All right,
like
now I'm
I'm looking at
drinking.
you need a drink.
Oh, cool, and they're warm. Thank you. Just like
Warm
tea,
tea.
Mom used to brew on the porch.
You look strong.
That's great.
Are you gonna video her saying that?
No. I'm going to show her. I'm going to show both you guys what Bustin' for the Boys has waiting for them tomorrow.
Oh, because you have a bet with them, correct?
I have a bet that I can bench press 320 pounds. That's 315.
Shut up.
That moved pretty easy.
Yeah.
And they think no fucking way you could do
They
it.
think no fucking way.
Oh, so what do you get if you win the bet? Just bragging rights?
Nothing really. To be honest with you, it's a fucked up bet. If I don't do it, then I've got to mention Bustin' with the Boys on every episode of Two Bears, which is a very popular podcast.
For like how long?
For a year. For a year.
On every episode?
Yeah, and if I don't do it, they got to mention my tour, which I'm not doing anymore. So
Why aren't you doing a tour anymore?
I took time off. I got really close to stand up. I mean, like I've been doing this for 25 years, 26 years, and these last 6 years have been really intense. I toured during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
During the pandemic, I created a touring because I'm one of those people that like if I like a problem because I can fix it. I created outdoor touring at drive-in movie theaters.
Oh, cool.
I won an award for it. Yeah, and so I won a lot of awards for it. A couple.
Very
awards
humble
for it.
about this situation.
No. I'm very proud of it. Listen, if you don't talk about yourself, maybe no one talks about you.
Yeah. If you don't talk about your awards, you have to talk about your awards.
Yeah, I've won. You know, it's so funny. I got a bunch of awards within the same year. And I wish they could have spread them out.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you want to
It's like I one hot year, and I got Comedian of the Year. Damn the Torpedoes Award. I got all these cool awards, but I don't remember what they are anymore. Because I was like,
They're back to
I
back
was
to
just
back.
Kind of
And
just
now
goes down.
I haven't gotten any awards this year.
Do you think it's because you got so many and now it's like, well, he can't do any more?
I can't get them. You can't win Comedian of the Year twice. I mean, you can, but you got to be a better comic than me.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Who has one? Has anyone won it twice?
I'm sure Chappelle,
Fair.
Chris Rock, those guys
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
But no. So I was so close. As I was doing my last special, Lucky, streams March 18th on Netflix. I wanted something else. And it took me I wanted a sex joke, and it took me because everything that was about my family, but I had nothing about a sex joke about me and my wife, and it took me forever to get it. And I was like, and I was just kept writing the same kind of thing over and over, and nothing was different. And I was like, yo, I need to take a break from stand up. Like I'm losing my mind. I'd also spin out wildly about little things about stand up. And so I was like, I'm gonna take time off. I was going to take 3 months off and then do a European tour. And then my wife's like, cancel the European tour. So I canceled that. And then I was supposed to start touring then, do my summer festival. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do stand-up. I want to just stop doing stand-up and then reset everything and then get on stage and see what I'm talking about now. And Louis did that. Louis was the first person. Ali Wong did that. And I thought it was so crazy. And it's been really helpful. It's been really helpful to not have prepared material to bring to you, which is where you get in your stand-up brain. And I'm supposed to start touring again in October, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to.
You're going to keep pushing it off, you think?
I'm doing a scripted series that shoots through the summer. I think I'm doing a movie that shoots. So I think I'm going to do some movies and kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like you acting. You're a really funny actor.
Thank you.
Can
I tell you what I want someone to do?
What?
Yeah.
I want someone to take my movie, The Machine, and turn it into those clips on YouTube Shorts that makes me so interested in a movie that no one's seen. You ever see like a clip on a movie and you're like, a man and a woman took a sailboat to an island where they took their dinghy and then a storm came in and then you're like, where's part 2? Yeah. And then I watched a whole movie on TikTok the other day, watched part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Then I went back and went to Wikipedia and read the plot because I was like, I don't have enough answers.
That's the best part about TikTok. There's always this series, and then you need to find the actors, and then you follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Hey, I just realized I'm going to see you guys. You're doing my cooking show.
We are.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because part of me is like,
We're hanging
this
out a
isn't
lot.
ending. I'm not done yet. And then I was like, oh, I get to talk to you guys again.
Yeah,
yeah.
we get to do more. We have a game we want to play with you too.
Let's do it.
Okay, so like you said when you first came in, you know a lot about the drama. You were invested in it. These are like situations that have happened in our like sphere on Barstool, on TikTok, and we want to see what your take on these would be.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read the first one since it's about you.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Your girlfriend cheats on you with your best friend and they start dating. The guy she cheats with also has a girlfriend in the same friend group. It becomes the biggest story on the internet. What's your take on that?
What would you do if you were, in that man's shoes?
Wait, who is it?
Oh, we don't know. Just a guy.
No, it's just this
Probably a really
random
good-looking guy.
He seems like a good guy.
Probably
too.
stand-up guy.
He really loved the girl too.
He's probably just, trying to help people, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, what would you do?
I got cheated on in college. My best friend had sex with my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
And I was in Russia at the time. And so I came home and everyone knew except for me.
Oh, and you could feel it. Like, did you just feel something was off?
Oh. They call it cuck. That's what the word is. And it feels like it sounds.
I always say cuck. He doesn't like when I say cuck.
No, I don't, because, it hits me in a certain place.
true. No, I get it.
Sucks. To be a cuck sucks.
Oh, it's so fun.
That sucks. How'd you find out?
So, the kid I grew up with, Pat Fagan, I was home, and he saw them making out in a car, and he came to me and he said he went to both of them and said, "I'm going to give you guys until tomorrow morning to tell him, or I'm telling him."
That's a good friend.
Great friend.
Yeah. Tricks. I haven't called him that since we were children, and so she told me, and I got to be honest with you.
So you were still dating her when you came back?
Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. And she told me, and at first I was like, she didn't tell me they had sex. She told me they had kissed, and I was like, okay, now I'm out. I'm not really destroyed. Stuff happens, but now I can go hook up with chicks, and then I can come back if I want to.
Yeah.
And then I saw him, and he was like, she told you? And I said, yeah, and I was pissed, and he goes, listen, I'm sorry. I go, listen, all you guys did was kiss. And he went, I went, oh, fuck.
Oh, boy.
And to make things worse, and this guy is still a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. We just saw him a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
He has the biggest dick in the world.
Oh.
And I've known that his dick was
course.
the first time I saw. His dick was the first dick I saw where I was like, wait, we don't have the same ones?
Oh, man.
They're all different
camp. We were at
sizes?
tennis camp, and we were like 5th grade, 3rd grade or whatever. And I was like,
slanging
I was
already.
like, whoa, what's that? I was like, hold on. What?
Thought it
And
was
I never felt shame about my dick. Because when you
Right.
have your dick, you only see your dick.
Yeah.
You think you got the biggest dick in the world.
Yeah.
You'll see it, and then you see other boys' dicks, and you're like, oh, fuck. And so, yeah,
So you didn't blame her?
no, I blamed her really bad. No, I actually talked shit about her up until like a few years ago. A buddy of mine, I can say it.
We can bleep it.
Another comedian, random as shit. Another comedian was dating her when I met her. Dude he went to high school with her. This is the wild. I'm sitting in Atlantic City. I'm with Big J Okerson and Mike Vecchione, and we're sitting and having drinks. We just did a show. We all bombed, and I said to Mike, where are you from? He goes, Florida. You never meet people from Florida, ever. Okay. So I go, wait, we're in Florida. He goes, Boca. I said, shut up. I said, I used to date a chick from Boca. He goes, really, who? And I said the name, and he goes, I dated her. And I went, wait. I go, are you Mike the wrestler? He goes, yeah. I go, I'm Bert from FSU. And he went, we almost got into a fist fight when we were 18 years old.
Shut up.
We were at Rocket's house, and Rocket was like this jack dude that we were all friends, but she had been dating Mike when she moved to Florida State, and then started dating me and had to go back and break up with Mike.
Serial cheater. This is her move.
She dated me for 5 years. I don't know if she cheated on me a bunch, but then she
dated you for 5 years and cheated on you with your best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I get why you still talk shit. Okay.
It broke me so bad.
Yeah.
Like it broke me.
How do you trust anyone after that?
Great question.
Yeah.
You don't.
Great question.
You don't.
Great question. Great question. Great. And so, but what's so funny is Mike and I reconnect. So then one day I'm telling the story with Mike on the thing, and Mike says to me, he goes, can I just give you Mike's Vecchione is possibly the greatest dude alive. He really is just a great man, like the solid man. He goes, can I say something? He goes, you can make your own decision. He goes, you didn't talk like fondly of her when last time we did a podcast. And he goes, I wouldn't do that. I said, why? In my head, I'm like, fuck her, she cheated on me.
Right.
He's like, she doesn't have a platform. And can you imagine what it would feel like to be represented but not have a platform to say your truth? And he goes, I'm sure you had done some things that maybe, I don't know, so I wouldn't talk bad about her. And I went, good call.
Wow.
He was, yeah, and I was like, yeah. And by the way, I don't talk bad about her. I Googled her one time. She still looks fucking beautiful. She's very happy. Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
I said to my wife, you never Google an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend? She goes, no. I go, it's fun to see what they're up to. I go, come on, we'll do it for you. So she goes, I go, this is hysterical. I go, what's his name? And his name is Peter Giuliano, right? And I go, Peter Giuliano. So I type it in, and I go, ooh. She goes, what's it say? I go, he died. And she was like, what? I go, shit, he died a week ago. She's like, wait, what the fuck? He died a week ago? I go, oh, usually it's more fun than this. She was like, wait, I got to call his family. Like, I know his family. I know his little brother. Oh my God, they're hurting. And I was like, ooh.
You were like, oh, this is so exciting.
Yeah, usually they just get fat.
Dang.
He died a week ago.
It was so, I used a fake name, but it was so, and Leanne started crying, and I was like, oh.
Gosh.
That's awful. Do you ever go? I guess you don't need to Google.
I don't really need to Google.
Yeah, it's just on your timeline.
Right, it's just there.
Bro, same.
Wait. I missed this drama. Who was it?
This was about,
This is so long ago.
3 years ago
Yeah.
now. This was a girl I was with at the time. Her name is Nessa Barrett, and she's a musician, artist, and also did TikTok as well. So she has a large audience. So I can talk shit about her all I want because she can defend herself, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but yeah.
And it was with his best friend who lived in the house.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah, we lived together. So me and that guy lived together for about 2 years.
It sucks. Do you know what my buddy Mike Osborne said to me? He goes, well, let's just get a case of beer. This is the night I found out everything. And I go, well, I don't think that's going to solve it. And he goes, no, it's not going to solve it. But he goes, it'll make it feel better.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And so we went to our buddy Clint Munn house, and Clint Munn had OCD. And we used to, this is before like anyone cared about how people's mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
And we got a case of beer, and we told Clint, like, hey, bathroom's beautiful. How many tiles do you think you have in there? And he'd be like, oh. And then he'd just go count his tiles. And we'd laugh hysterically. Clint, how many steps do you think you take when you go up your stairs? And he'd be like, huh? And then you'd watch him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you count the top step? I was like, what number are you at? He's like, shit. Clint Munn, man, was the funniest fucking guy. I remember one time he was like, he's dead, so I can tell these stories.
Rip.
Yeah, he was the funniest fucking guy. He was like, hey, man, can I show you something? I said, what's that, Clint? He goes, can you take a look at something? And he pulls his dick out, and it's like massively swollen. And I go, what the fuck happened? He goes, I think I got bit by a spider. And I go, in your pants? I go, Clint, did you have sex with someone? And he goes, I did, but I don't think it's that. And I went,
It's
buddy,
definitely that.
I know it's definitely that.
100% that.
That's really cool.
Clint Munn fell through a ceiling one time. we had an attic in this place. This is like, sometimes I tell stories about my life. I go, I don't believe me either. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
We had a house. There was a teacher who had tenure at FSU, and he got caught selling cocaine to football players and throwing underage parties at his house. All the doors were lockable from the outside, not the inside. And he had to bounce, right? But he had tenure. So he moved to Minnesota. God, I wish I could remember that guy's name. I wish I could remember that guy's name.
It's okay.
You could Google it. And this guy, I think he got child pornography problems. Anyway,
no.
so he had to bounce, but he had his house that he owned, so he had to rent it. So he rented it to us for $2,000. It was a fucking sick house.
Okay.
And what he did was he put all his goods up in the ceiling, up in the attic.
Okay.
So we'd go up in the attic, get high, get drunk, and try on his clothes and like put on out. He had crazy shit.
You guys would like cosplay as him.
Yeah. And so we go up there. So one time Clint Munn's in his roller skates in the attic, and we're all sitting playing like bongos and smoking weed, and Clint Munn turns around and goes, "Hey guys!" And the roller skates were too heavy for the ceiling, and he fell through the fucking ceiling into the hallway in front of his door, and he just skated into his bed and went to sleep. I swear to God.
Didn't even like say anything.
No, he just fell through the thing, landed, and he's like, I think I hurt myself. He just went to his bed. Oh, he was a good guy.
Sounds awesome.
He was a good guy.
They don't make it easy to buy tickets for concert these days. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and then by the time you get through, all the best tickets are gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself and not some virtual line. So lucky for me, I always use GameTime, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. GameTime makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down closer to the showtime. Plus, the GameTime Picks feature makes it even easier to find the great deals on the seats that you want. Just pull up your chosen event, turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of your screen, or browse the best local GameTime Picks deals near you on your GameTime app homepage. I was looking to get tickets for an LA Kings game, and I saw an amazing GameTime Picks deal for great seats for only $20. So what are you waiting for? I'm going to go buy those LA Kings tickets. Get tickets right now with GameTime Picks. Guys, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code BFF for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BFF for $20 off. That's like free tickets for some of these tickets. Download the GameTime app today. What time is it? Game time.
He used to have a thing called the perfect cigarette. I mean, dude, I can't tell you.
I love these stories about
He was
this.
OCD, so he had a thing, the perfect cigarette. So the perfect cigarette would be, he had to open the pack the right way. The right song, Frank Black had to be playing, and he had to pull it out the right way. He had to smoke it to the perfect end of the song and throw it out. And he had rules. He was like, couldn't be in the state of Florida when he had the perfect cigarette. So he had to drive to Georgia, and he did this every night at like 3 a.m. He'd go try to find the perfect cigarette. And it was a ritual thing. He was in the car. He used to drink and drive a lot. He was in the car. He made me laugh harder than anything. He goes, he was driving down Tennessee Street, and he's going like 80 miles an hour. And he's like, you know, they say you're not supposed to drink and drive because it's dangerous. He goes, I'd say 95% of the time I'm okay to drive. I go, really? And he goes, but right now it's that 5%.
Oh my God.
God. I miss being young.
It's fun.
Wait, how old are you?
25. He's 23.
I'm 23, yeah.
I met you when you were underage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was underage for so
Jesus.
long.
Yeah,
It was so
I was
creepy.
underage.
You've been
for-
underage most of your life.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
20
majority
years.
of it.
Yeah.
I was only underage for a little bit of my life.
Yeah, just a little bit. Now
Yeah.
you got all of
You're
this.
25?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You hate?
No, I just feel bad that you had to go through all that at 25.
Oh no, brutal. I think people forget I'm 25.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. It's okay. It happens.
When I was 25, Rolling Stone magazine called me the #1 party animal in the country.
I love that.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
title.
wrote a 6.5-page article about me, and yeah, that was when I was 25, and then I moved to New York at 25. Started stand-up kind of, but really started at 26. I'm so lucky that nothing. I'm so lucky I didn't have the internet. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky for all that because like I don't know how you handle it at your age to be famous.
His whole life has been online since what you were
13?
13
years old. So it's been like 10 years now. But yeah, I've the whole entire time. I think the coolest article that has ever come out of it was when New York Times called me and the guys that we all had a house with, the Sway House. They referred to us as the modern day Motley Crue.
Where was
I'll never live down that
That's
title in
sick.
my life.
That's
I'll
sick.
never
pretty
live
sick?
that down.
Where was the Sway House?
That was in Bel Air.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, you would have
Yeah.
loved it.
Hold on.
Took your shirt off
Can I
and
tell
went
you?
in.
Can I tell you? I was pitching content houses 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I pitched to Spike TV. I want a house where a bunch of comedians live, and we'll make it like, but they needed like arcs. I did a show. This is how much the industry's changed. I did a show called Hurt Burt, where I took dangerous men's jobs for a day. And one day I was a dominatrix gimp. One day I fought a bull. One day I swam with great white sharks out of the cage. I tamed lions. I fought a bear. I did everything. Whoa. And the problem with the show, their note was it was too quick. They were like, right now it's called what we call a viral video.
Yeah.
They unleashed a bull. It ran around the ring, and within 8 seconds, it breaks my ribs, breaks my foot, stomps me, and goes off. And they're like, yeah, we don't see an arc to that. Like, why would anyone want to watch just that? I mean, if I had been doing Hurt Burt today,
Be dead.
I just got I fought a bear. I was a dominatrix gimp, and the lady, they had me naked, strapped. Mistress Isabella, by the way, still hot. She was in Alabama, still hot. And she put me naked, strapped me into stirrups, into like a gynecological chair, naked,
Fully naked.
10-pound weights on my balls. Electric probes on my balls, hot wax, whipped me, everything. I never even got to our safe word. Here's where I got to our safe word. She takes me in latex, right? Like it's like a latex wrap. I don't remember exactly, but like they hang you up like a Peking duck, right? Like you're dangling, and then they took latex. They had a tube in there. They took latex and they tightly wound my body, so I was trapped, almost like it was like suctioned. And then she started putting lube coming out of the tube into my body, and she was moving it with her hand. And as soon as it hit my dick, I went marshmallow.
That was your safe word?
I was like, marshmallow. It was always my safe word. And she was like, what? And I was marshmallow. Because I was like, I'm going to blow a load right now. This is the hottest thing I've ever felt in my entire life.
He liked it.
I loved it. And then, you know what's crazy? Shout out to Mr. Isabella. She said, let me give you some tapes. This is back when you had VHS. Yeah. She goes, let me give you some tapes. I said, okay. She goes, I think I know what your thing is. And I was like, all right. So she gave me some tapes, and I was like, God damn it. Like, some of it turned me on. Some of it was like weird as shit. Like some of it, what turns a guy on, you don't get to pick your thing. It's whatever. Like,
What did you like out of it?
So the first time I realized I was straight was watching Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
Wonder Woman, Linda
Mine was
Carter.
Daphne Scooby-Doo.
Interesting.
Yep. I'll remember it forever.
That's interesting. Daphne.
Scooby-Doo. Yep.
Well, not the hot one?
Daphne's the hot one.
Oh, okay.
Daphne.
I was
Velma's
thinking,
the one with
I was like,
glasses.
wow, you picked the troll?
No, Velma's the one with glasses.
Okay,
Daphne's
yeah.
the,
Yeah,
orange
Daphne,
hair,
Scooby-Doo.
purple
I was
dress.
like, Jesus.
Yeah, Daphne.
She's not a real person. It's not like she's going to hear this and go, oh, I'm a troll. Even the person that does the voice is like, I kind of a troll voice. Daphne. It's just annoying. Fred.
Yeah.
Scooby. Anyway, Wonder Woman. So she sent me stuff, and it was like women in like almost like Wonder Woman costumes, and I was just like, wow. It was just so. I was like, like, I'll tell you the one that really freaked me out that I didn't think I was gonna like, but talking to that community, and you guys are not. You guys,
We're gonna look at you different.
I'm nervous to even share it. Quicksand porn.
What? Can you demonstrate?
I can. So it's a woman walking through the woods, right? Just regular woman. And then, oh, what's this? Oh. And then she starts singing. She goes, maybe if I take my top off, that'll get me. No. And then she sinks in quicksand.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
There's no guy comes in.
No guy. Just she disappears.
It's like magic.
No.
like to go to
So
magic
I didn't
shows.
understand it. I didn't understand. There's a huge community of people that are into quicksand porn. They're called sinkers.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah,
after
and
this.
they have a site. They have a site. I think you go to sinkers.com, and it'll tell you places where quicksand's located. So if you want to shoot your quicksand porn, and so what it was, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Mistress Isabella. I talked to someone about it.
You still talk to Mistress?
No. I had her on my podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's funny. Her and my wife have a lot in common, but not that. But they're both from the South. They're both like kind of strong chicks. So here's the thing. So we didn't have pornography when I was a child, like because we had like. It was just, you had it, but we couldn't get a hold of it. So what would turn you on would be whatever you saw on TV that was adjacent. Seeing Wonder Woman get tied up, there's all of a sudden there's a connection. One of the biggest plot devices around, you can Google this, and I'm going to be off by years. One of the biggest plot devices in the 60s in creating TV, which a lot of the reruns that I watched as a kid, was Quicksand as a plot device. There was a movie called Lawrence of Arabia. I know I'm getting this wrong. Queen of the Jungle something. Type in first movie that used quicksand, and it was like the hit movie, and they had quicksand in it. So what happened is every TV producer put quicksand in the movies because it was such a hit.
Yeah.
And so by the way, I'd have to find it for you, but someone can get into this.
Yeah.
But so quicksand became a plot device in a lot of the movies. Anytime a damsel was in distress, she would get caught in quicksand. And there's a moment when a woman gets caught in quicksand that we would see as kids, that they definitely kept in these shows, where the breast would hit the quicksand. And you see the breast kind of raise up, like almost like bustier.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that does it. Because that's what all I saw as a kid was like women getting caught in quicksand.
And it's like in the back of your brain.
It's in the back of your brain. You see it, and there's a part of you that goes like, what the fuck? And then you're like, it's not my thing. Like, I don't go do it. But like, I saw it, and I went, oh my God, that's so crazy. You don't get to pick your thing. Like, you don't get to pick.
You don't get to pick your thing.
No, for whatever. I mean, I love Louis C.K., but he didn't get to pick what turns him on.
Right.
Like,
It's his thing.
Yeah. I mean, you don't pick it. It picks you. Like, what's something that you didn't know that turned you on that turns you on?
Do you have one?
Do you have any kinks or fetishes?
Kinks? I don't know. I'm not really into like anything. Maybe more kinky. Like I like to be like dominated, but not. I don't like anything like fetish wise. Like nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing like special.
At the risk of oversharing, my wife and I were very meat and potatoes sexually for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then we went, when the movie was coming out, I was doing a press junket in Hollywood, and I did a spot at the store. My wife was with me, and we went to Saddle Ranch.
Yeah.
I fucking love Saddle Ranch.
Saddle Ranch rocks.
Fucking Saddle Ranch rocks.
It rocks.
Best thing to do, if you're a dude, right now, go to Saddle Ranch on a Sunday afternoon, sit by the bull, and anytime a girl gets up on the bull, the guy's going to give her instructions. When he gets off and he goes to start the thing, just yell quietly to her, lean forward. And they break noses like that. It's so funny. So maybe that was fun to do back before when you couldn't get in trouble. Anyway, me and my buddy Eddie were not like good guys. We used to, what our big move would? We'd go to Saddle Ranch and we'd look at a group of girls and go, hang on, we're going to get you guys drinks. And we'd tell the water, bring them over a pitcher of water with a bunch of cups. And they put a pitcher of water in, and my buddy Eddie and I would go, stay hydrated. I had a buddy call me up one time. This is one of my favorite stories. I love a good story. It doesn't need to be hilarious, just a good story.
A good story, yeah.
We're going to call him. I'm going to have to call him a different name because he's a real person. And if I told you can you just bleep his name?
Yeah.
So I can tell you the name and
Yeah,
because
we'll
it's
bleep
good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you all the facts. And I know that this guy, okay. So I moved to New York.
Okay.
I'm living in New York for probably 6 months. Mm-hmm. And I get a phone call and it comes up a number. It's Chris. Now I know he's got our mattresses. And that's how we got hooked up on mattresses. So I'm like, well, that's crazy. So I pick up the phone. I go, hello? I hear his name. I go, Bert? I said, yeah. And he goes, I said, what's up, buddy? And he goes, nothing. Hey, man, how's New York treating you? I said, pretty good. He goes, you having a good time with this comedy stuff? I said, yeah. He goes, hey, man, you talked to them old boys we used to run with in college? I said, no. He goes, like, for how long? I said, I haven't talked to anyone like probably 3 months, 4 months. He goes, all right. He goes, hey, do you remember that Pie-Fi Heather, blonde hair, cute? I said, yeah. He goes, well, last night I'm at Ken's, and she comes up and she said, take me out back to your truck. I want you to fuck me. So I took her out back. Bert, I broke her off one. I took her every way I could. I fucked the shit out of her. I said, cool. I said, wait, aren't you engaged? He goes, yeah. I said, you're still engaged? He goes, yeah. Why are you telling me this? He goes, well, Bert, I had to tell somebody, and I know you don't talk to them old boys. So. Shit, man, it was good talking to you. Good luck with the comedy. Click, and hung up. I went, I've told so many people that story. And then, so wait, I swear to God, Pete, swear to God, I tell that story at Rogan's Club, getting ready for my spot. I tell it at Rogan's Club. All the names in it, leave it. What are the chances? That next Monday, who did I get an email from?
Shut the
He goes,
fuck
leave
up.
these names. He goes, his name. And I went, yes. And he goes, he's coming to your show next week. I get rid of that joke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you got to bleep those names. I'll fucking ruin his marriage.
We will.
We will.
Oh
Goodness
my
gracious.
God. That's
God.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
That was crazy. I think that's when, like, you know, when you go like, oh, man, my dick's so small, and then the phone's like, do you need penis enhancements?
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that's the way the universe works.
Yeah.
I think so.
Hey guys, quick commercial break. I'm deathly ill, as you can see, as you can tell. And I have so much to do today, so I will be grabbing myself a Ghost Energy. But Ghost Energy did listen to you guys, and they made the Straw Bango flavor permanent. It's here to stay, and it's amazing. It's great. All the flavors are amazing. It's 200 milligrams of natural caffeine, which is amazing. So it makes you focused, but it doesn't give you that jittery feeling. Also, the flavors, I don't understand. There's no artificial flavoring, and there's no, like, added sugar. I don't understand. Because it tastes exactly like what it says. At Ghost till I die, baby. Ghost is amazing. And now it's available nationwide at Circle K, and it's here to stay. So make sure to go try the permanent flavor, Straw Bango. I need to go get myself a Ghost Energy and get my life together. Okay, back to the show.
Should we read one more of these scenarios?
Yeah, want to do one more?
Oh, shit, I forgot we were doing the game.
No.
That's okay.
That's why we did it, so that we could spark.
We would
Oh,
spark
yeah.
conversation. That was
Maybe
the
I
whole
should do
idea.
that on my podcast.
It's fun, and then
I'm
it's just
so much better as a guest than a host. You'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
All right,
All right. We'll see how bad you are
Yeah.
tomorrow. You can pick your favorite one.
All right, a girl is falsely accused of sexual assault without any evidence comes on your show with her team of lawyers, and the whole internet comes after you for giving her a platform to speak. Years later, it turns out you were right about her not being guilty, and the internet realizes the girl's career was ruined for no reason.
This was drama.
Yeah, who was it?
Her name is Sienna
Gomez.
May.
Santa May?
Sienna May.
Sienna May.
Sienna May Gomez. Okay, so I'll break it down. There was this girl. She was like the biggest thing on the internet. She blew up. She gained like 15 million followers in like
A month?
Crazy. Like the biggest thing. She starts like kind of dating this guy, but they're doing it for content. They're both big. This guy's name's Jack. This is Sienna. So they blow up. They're like, they have feelings for each other, but it's like he's leading her on. But she thought they were dating. There's a video of them where she's like kissing him a little bit, but they kiss for video. So whatever. He comes out, writes this whole entire like, it ruined her. Said that she sexually assaulted him, that she's crazy, that she broke into his house. That
Made like
she-
a 25-minute YouTube video.
25-minute
talking about
YouTube
it,
video.
And put AdSense on it. So he made like $200K off the YouTube video.
as he's sobbing, saying she sexually assaulted me. But then they make out on videos all the time, like crazy. We never bought it. We had her on with Dave, and she brought her whole legal team on, and then people tried to cancel us for like having her on.
Really?
And now it just came out that he was lying, and she never did anything wrong. That's crazy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I have definitely, yeah. I don't, I stay away from all the all the stuff because I'm always the bad judge of character.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, he's a good guy. Come on, And so I always like, because I don't like, I got in trouble once for just speaking out. I just said something casually about someone, and the internet, not only the internet, my friends came after me.
Really?
Yeah. Like my friends were like, dude, what the fuck? And by the way, I still stand by what I said. And it was like very casual, very casual. Actually, I don't know that because I don't know what I said. But I mean, it could have been rough. I don't know. But so then after that happened, I was like, I'll never speak to anyone about anything, about anyone, because I don't know.
Yeah.
And it does suck. It does suck when like you hear when someone says something about you casually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That really sucks.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on a girl sexually assaulting a guy.
That's where I was stuck on it too when I heard the story at the start.
Because I go, let me see you try to do it to me. Like, I mean, I've told strippers like, hey, stop. Like I went to a strip club in South Africa one time, And the girl goes, "Would you like touch or no touch?" And I was like, "Who the fuck gets no touch?" And then I went in there and she goes, "Take your pants off." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, I need to jerk you." I was like, "No. I want no touch. I want no touch. I'm so sorry. As a matter of fact, I don't think I want any. I don't want to leave.
Do you have
I just
any
wanna
Quicksand? I love strip clubs. We went
does
out
love strip clubs.
on Bourbon Street to a strip club 2 days ago.
They suck here.
It was really, I hate when it's sad.
Can I tell you my favorite strip club in Bourbon
Because no one was
Street?
giving money.
No. This is what you do. This is the move in New Orleans. I won't say the guy's name. Because he's a very big television producer, like the biggest television producer ever, like the biggest show on television. He did that.
Okay.
He hits me up. I become friends with him. He took me to dinner one night, and he was like, "Yo, I'd love to take you to dinner." So we go to somewhere in Hollywood, the Chateau Marmont.
Yep.
And we go to dinner, and I was like, "What is this about?" And he was like, "I want to develop a sitcom with you." I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "My son's a huge fan of yours. He turned me on to your stuff and your podcast clips. Let's try to figure something out." So we tried to work for something. Anyway, I come down to do the theater. This is a while ago, theater here, and he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, my son's still down there. Can you take him out, like him and his friends, bring him out to the back and take him out, have a good night, like take him to a strip club or something?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I go, I do the Joy Theater. I bring him and his son comes back. His son's a strikingly attractive man, really good looking kid, and his friends are all kind of studs, but they're like kind of quieter a little bit. So I was like, "Hey, what do you guys want to do?" And they're like, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" I go, "Why don't we go to a strip club?" So we went to a strip club right off Bourbon Street.
Okay.
You got to go off Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
Those
we
are the
were
better
on.
ones. On sucks.
It was crazy.
On
Yeah.
sucks. Off is great. So I go in with $3,000, and I go to the manager. I said, "I have $3,000. I need $3,000 worth of chicks over to have fun with these boys." And they're like, "Okay." So I just go put the money on the table. I was like, "Hey guys, have a good time." And I just sat off to the cut, and I watched these like 20-year-old boys like, "This is amazing. This is," and then and then the best is, I listened to this boy pitch himself to a stripper about he was going to see if he could fix her.
Oh my God! Every single
Like as
time.
someone who's done that when I was 18, to watch him, he's like, "You ever been to Malibu?" And I was like, "Oh. Do you know who
Get
my
you
dad
outta
is?"
here.
And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." I go spearfishing with Tommy Lee's son. We're close.
No.
I was like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." Oh, that sucks. That and being falsely accused of anything is ridiculous.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
terrible. It's horrific.
Awful.
But I enjoy being right.
I really like this podcast. Now I know why Dave did it.
I know he could do
It
it.
is kind of
forever.
weird hanging out with children, though.
I know, but like I feel like I'm middle ground. I'm 25.
You're still a kid.
I know. And
Yeah.
Dave, how old are you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
25 also.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm.
I still
I'm
feel weird
52.
hanging out with him.
I'm 52.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How old is Dave?
He's 63.
66, I thought. Yeah.
No. He's young. He's like 40 something, right?
Yeah, I think he's like
Yeah.
48, 49.
Oh, he's 49. He's 50. He's 50.
You'd know if he was 50, you would have had a 50th birthday party for
He
him.
hates birthdays.
Yeah, Dave's a real interesting dude.
He
He's
is.
interesting.
Yeah. What
He
are your thoughts
doesn't-
on Dave?
I'm fascinated by him.
Yeah. Have you met him?
I actually, yeah, I met him. I actually was thinking about him walking down the street the other day because I was like, I wish I was more. I'm in pretty intensive therapy right now, and I wish I was like him and I could be outspoken and put my enemies' names on champagne bottles. And I heard him go, "Fucking scumbag." You know when he says that? And I was
yeah.
like, I wish I could be more like that.
I wish so bad. I physically can't do it.
I can't. I'm a little bit of a coward, whereas if you'd wrong me, I don't say anything, but then I talk behind your back. Like I just trash you behind your back. Like it's bad. It's bad. I get teams.
You're like drama.
We get a chat thread where it's just you, just but I do find him fascinating. Like he's unabashedly wealthy. He doesn't mind talking about it. I find him really fascinating. But one of the most fascinating things that he did a podcast with you guys.
Yeah.
And I was like,
For 4 years.
It was a long talk.
It was a really long time.
yeah, for a really long time.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like him. I think I dare I say admire him for what he's built. I think Barstool's
course,
very
yeah.
fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what I had a decision on whether or not I wanted to make something like Barstool. I had a couple decisions, even going to Barstool, and I decided that I just like focusing on me.
Right.
Like
fair.
I just want everything to be on. I couldn't do what Dave does. I'd be like busting with the boys. What?
Yeah.
I'd be like, no. What about Dave? That's the way I
Yeah,
operate.
it's crazy because he like is the face of the company essentially, but he like has to watch what everyone does and he has to take care of everyone, and then he does content himself.
Yeah.
I like, where the fuck do you have time? And then he's the businessman. I don't.
And he knows what's going. Like we had a podcast guest canceled today,
And he knew,
he was
yeah.
right away on there, like texting the guy's girlfriend, being like, "What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's happening?"
He was still like,
He does it.
Yeah.
He does. He is so involved in everything. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I admire Barstool. I think it's a really cool organization, and whereas like I'm a fan of Frank's. I think Frank's fucking fascinating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
100%.
I love Kevin. I took those guys to Amsterdam.
I know.
Yeah.
Fights was telling me some stories about
Hey,
Amsterdam.
Hey, tell me you guys are down 24 hours and I got a trip for you. That's creepy as fuck.
I'm
about to get
fucking
kidnapped.
down.
We're about to get
We're getting
kidnapped.
kidnapped.
my wife. No, I'm bringing Brianna and her
Josh.
co-host who also looks hot.
Wait, we're down though.
My daughters are gonna be like, wait, we're almost their age, Dad. Why don't you take us?
Can make up.
Yeah. No, you're too young. I wouldn't. I always talk to my wife. If my wife died, I wouldn't date young.
How old would you go? What, like 30?
No.
You hate 30-year-olds?
No. I need. I don't know. I'm not attracted to that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not. It just. It's like it seems juvenile to me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I like what my wife looks like. I'd probably go for another menopausal chick.
I like that.
I'd probably go.
I wish more men were like that.
I'd probably go 45 would be pretty solid. I'd like to date a chick going through menopause.
Oh,
That'd
fuck
be
yeah.
fun. Kind of. It was a
See her
fun-
like before and after.
Because when Leanne went into menopause. Oh, this is a story I was going to tell you.
Oh, tell us.
So we went to Saddle Ranch.
Yes.
And Leanne was starting menopause.
Okay.
And when women start menopause, it's like being on JV football. Like they're like, yeah, let's fucking go, right? So we're at Saddle Ranch. We're having cocktails. We had dinner, and I went into the bathroom. She went into the bathroom, and as she came out of the bathroom, a guy and a girl were walking into the girls' bathroom at Saddle Ranch. And my wife's like, what is they doing? I was like, they're going in to fuck. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, they're going in to have sex. And she went, at Saddle Ranch? And I was like, yeah. She goes, can you believe that? I go, yeah, I totally can believe that. I go, babe, hey, once we were young and we used to have fun like that. I didn't realize what I said. So she gets in the car. She has not had anything to drink. She's sober. My wife barely ever drinks, but I have had a couple. And it is silent the whole ride over the hill, into the valley, pull into our house. Girls are still home, by the way, at this time. She pulls under our carport, which she never pulls into. She goes, I'm not old. And I was like, no, I'm not. I never said you were old. She goes, I can still be fun. And my wife gets totally naked and fucks me in the front seat of my car. And from that moment on, our life has been fucking peaches.
Wait, that's
Sorry, Dave.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, and so we are having like we have had almost like a rebirth of like, without sounding creepy, but like, I never talked during sex. I never spoke during sex. My whole life, I've never talked.
Just a big grunter. I mean,
That's the fucking.
Or you
funniest
you were
thing.
silent?
like a
Like a tennis match.
yeah.
Yeah, we both grunted. Dude, that's funny as
Just
fuck.
heavy breathing.
No,
like a dog
no.
in your ear.
I wasn't comfortable enough to talk ever. I've never been comfortable enough to talk during sex. I've never spoken to anyone during sex. And I think it's just because I don't know, and all of a sudden one day my wife goes, "Hey, you're talking during sex," and I went, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, you're actually talking," and I was like, that's when I felt like I said to her one time, I was like, "Thank you so much for allowing me to feel completely free." Like
Yeah.
I feel so free with that woman that I would never. One time I said to my wife, I was like, this is when we were at our old house. I don't know why that's important to the story, but we were in our old house. It was a smaller house. Both girls were down the hallway. And I said, hey, we just very meat and potato sexually. And I said, hey, do you want me to like tie you up? She was like, no, why? And I was like, never mind. Okay, never mind. Never going to suggest anything again. I don't like this feeling.
Oh, so you got nervous.
And so I shut down. And now we're at a place where it's like, I mean, like we made a joke. I said to someone the other day, and this is fucking so, this made me laugh so hard. I go, my wife said we should have sex in every room in our house now that no one's in there.
Yeah.
And someone goes, even your daughter's room? And Leanne goes, well, it's only awkward the first time. And I fucking laugh. And we haven't had sex in my daughter's room. We would never. There are cats in there. I'm not getting in those fucking beds. But yeah, it's been, and I don't think I want to go through that. I would never want to go through that.
Like the awkward.
But here's the thing. I got to be honest with you. I doubt I'd remarry. I definitely wouldn't remarry. And I'll tell you why. I don't want to have to build the relationship. And I've been with this woman 22 years, and I don't need to say anything, and she understands it.
Yeah,
and it's
you
like,
just get each other.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fucking start over fresh.
You'll never be able to rebuild 22 years again.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't have 22 years left.
No
I'm
way.
gonna fucking start over with someone. I mean, she says things to me in shorthand that I don't need, that need no explanation. Like if she says specialty cocktail, I know everything that means. It means that we are going to get in the hot tub tonight. We're going to get naked. We're going to have drinks out of this one little Bartista thing we make, and then we're going to end up in bed. We're going to go watch Peaky. I know, like, just off of specialty
One thing,
cocktails.
Right.
I mean, it's like boogly. I wouldn't want to have to build it all
You guys
over
are
again.
cute.
That is very
Or start with a 25-year-old where I'm like, so Quicksand.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she doesn't die and you don't have to start over. Because that's how this started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you'd
She's
probably
pretty
first.
healthy.
Yeah,
She's one of those people who shouldn't think like that.
Hey guys, quick commercial break. Sick girls here. Look at me. I need to pick me up. I need something to lift me up. You know what I can do that with? Hey Dude, because this is brought to you by Hey Dude, and they have the Austin lifts. So the Austin lift shoes, they have a platform, they have suede, they have leather, they have fuzzy. It's cool, it's amazing. They're also super comfortable and super lightweight, so they slip right on. You don't have to bend over, tie your shoes, slip right on. They look good with everything. They can be casual, they can dress up, they can be dressed down. You can wear them as slippers. Whatever you want to do with Hey Dudes, you can do it, and everyone's wearing them. Everywhere I walk, I'm like, oh, Hey Dudes, Hey Dudes. Like I said, super comfortable and super versatile. So there's a shoe, there's a pair for everyone, and especially the Austin lifts. If you need a little pick-me-up, if you want to look taller, if your jeans are too long, throw on your Austin lifts, and you can go to heydude.com and pick up a pair of Austin lifts right now. Okay, back to the show.
We're in couples therapy right now, and this pissed her off more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm going to go in as a character. And she got really upset. I told our therapist this yesterday. We were in therapy yesterday. And I go, I'm going to just go in as a subtle character that is just a little different than who I really am. And she got so pissed. She goes, you cannot do that. You have to go in and you have to make it work. So we go to our first couples therapy, right? And by the way, our relationship's fine. We're doing it preemptively because the girls left. Life's weird. We work together. I'm home now for the first time in 22 years. I'm home all the time.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's get into therapy and just get in front of any problems that would arise. So we go to our first couples therapy, and I'm a little quiet because I'm nervous about therapy or whatever. And Leanne loves therapy, so she's talking and she's like, "Then this, that," and then I said something like, "I'm very self-correcting," and Leanne goes, "Hold on, no, that's not true. Hold on," and she interrupted me, and the therapist kind of wrote it down in her book, and then I said something again, and Leanne stopped me and corrected me again, and the lady wrote it down in her book. And as I went to speak, Leanne goes, "Hold on one second," and the therapist goes, "Do you ever let him finish his sentences, or does he ever get to talk?" Now, mind you, you guys have said nothing this entire interview. Okay, I talk non-fucking stop. No one gets a word in with me, including my wife. And now I have a therapist who believes I'm a browbeaten husband who doesn't get a voice. And my wife, it was like, you ever seen Iverson cross up someone? And they're like, "Ugh." She was like, "No." And I watched her. We talked about this in therapy yesterday. I watched her see a false reality being created. And she goes, "Hold on. No. And we got out of that therapy. I was like, "I fucking smoked you. I smoked you." I go, "I won the first one." She goes, "It's not a contest." I go, "But if it was, I won." And then I won the second one. No, the second one was a tie. Third one, I fucking got destroyed. The third fucking therapy, I got fucking beat so bad.
How?
Do you know what a trauma state is?
Yeah.
Okay. So So say, I'll just put it this will be easier to wrap it in. So say you're reading comments about a post and someone comments about your ex breakup and says something very specific to something you always heard or felt as a child, and it puts you into a trauma state. Well, I had something that's happened to me that put me into a trauma state, and I didn't know where it was from. And Leanne knew, and the therapist knew, and I didn't know. And it was my relationship with my dad. And I was like, huh? And I shut down. And then I remember my therapist goes, do you want to cry? And I was like, I don't fucking cry about that. And it was like bad. I got smoked.
Oh,
and then
well,
and then I had to do a podcast with Travis goddamn Barker 5 minutes after. And I looked at my wife and the therapist. I was like, real fucking cool, guys. Real cool. And then Leanne goes, hey, I just want you to know about therapy. I fucking won. And I was like, oh, bitch. Yeah.
That's good though.
That's good though. You found out something that you needed to find out.
No, it's not good.
Why?
Because it's like someone going like, oh, I have anxiety. Can you help me? And they're like, yeah, you have anxiety. And you're also gay. And you're like, oh shit, now I got 2 problems. Like I just had 1 problem, now I have 2 fucking problems.
You're gonna find out more problems.
It sucked. And then everything shows up. And then it's like everything shows up. And it's like you get this one issue and you identify it, and then all of a sudden you start seeing it all over the place. And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm broken.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I was doing this all the time. And oh my God, what the fuck?
And you analyze everything you've ever done ever and every decision you've ever made. And
then one time you're at a fucking Grateful Dead tribute concert last week and you hit your vape pen, and then it happens at the table and you're like, oh my God. What the fuck?
I need to cry.
Oh, I don't want to cry about it, but it just angers me. It's like frustrating.
You can feel it balling up, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah. But yesterday's therapy was really good because we talked about it, and then we realized this is what really fucked up. So Leanne can put me into my trauma state sometimes, but what's worse is I found out yesterday I put her in her trauma state.
Oh.
I was like, oh fuck.
Shut up.
And I was like, wait, hold on. Am I doing something bad too? And Leanne's like, oh shit. And our therapist's like, this is really good. And I was like, oh fuck. So yeah. So it's kind of good. It's healthy to work out.
Barriers.
Do you love that? I love that your audience is like, I'm so sorry. Am I listening to a 50-year-old alcoholic talk about his couples therapy with his menopausal wife? Guys, I want to know what's going on with Dochi. What's going on with Dochi?
I think people will love it, honestly. This is a great episode. But tell us a little bit about the new special coming out before we wrap up.
Yeah, it's, I think I don't know how, I've done a few. Mm-hmm. So this is my 4th at Netflix. I have 6 total, I think. And that's a lot. Yeah, and this one is, okay, 2 things. I noticed that I was looking at all my specials. If you look at all my thumbnails, they're all kind of identical. Mm-hmm. It's me with jeans and no shirt. And I was like, yo, I gotta spice it up. So
You did jorts this time?
No pants?
No. It's a beautiful outfit.
Okay.
That I had custom made. I had 3 of them made. And it I think it's very snazzy.
Oh, okay.
It's very snazzy.
Okay. It's snazzy.
Yeah, and so that's for one. So it'll look different than the other ones. But secondly, I worked harder and longer on this one than the other ones. And not saying that's kind of inaccurate, but so I did probably the biggest tour of my life over the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. And just a legit world tour, but in arenas. And I found that in arenas, you're playing to the cameras, you're playing to the big screens. People just watch the screens. They don't look at you unless you're in the front row. And sometimes in the front row, they're just looking at the screen like this.
I always look at the
so
screen.
what I noticed was that in these shows where I was in theaters and larger movements were working, what I was noticing in these arenas is that the smaller movements were working better for the screen. So I think this will be my best Netflix special because I've been playing to a screen this whole time, which is exactly what you do in a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Secondly, so I form my specials differently, and for whatever. I heard a long time ago when I did my first Secret Time, they brought me in and they're like, yo, your rate of retention was the highest we've ever had. It was a huge number watching, but your rate of retention was like 95% of the people that started it finished it. And I was like, really? And they're like, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
And so, but I did that on purpose. What I realized, I was talking to Chris D'Elia, and he said that no one watched his closer. And he was like, yeah, they only watched 30 minutes. And I heard that, and I went, well, then I'll put my closer at 22 minutes. So I took my closer for that special at 22 minutes and put it there. And then what that did in effect was people got to where they would turn it off, but they just heard the best joke I had. And they're like, well, fuck, let's watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, and then this one, I'd even argue Chappelle kind of broke the code. He put kicker in the pussy as his first joke. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, bro. Anthony Jeselnik did that too. He did did he call you a cunt joke? Have you ever heard that?
No.
He goes, oh, this is such a good joke. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck it, I don't care. Anthony will tell it. Just go watch his special. That's
Okay.
that's what I should do. Go watch Anthony's special, one
Yeah.
of them, and it's the best joke is right up for it's a first joke.
Okay.
So I made my first 4 minutes just as tight and hard as I could.
Oh, fuck
and so
yeah.
the first 4 minutes hopefully gets you so excited that you keep watching at least up to 22 minutes, where I have one of my closers, and then I took a closer that I had that I would just fuck around with, and I couldn't do all the time because it was very emotional, and it would get me emotional, and sometimes I'd cry. So I couldn't do it all the time. But I told it one time, and like, dudes were coming up, and they were like, bro, I was sobbing crying, and like, in the best way. It's a story about my dog passing away. Oh, I get emotional talking about it. But and so I closed on it. But I couldn't do it all the time because it would make me emotional. I didn't want to deal with that all the time.
Yeah.
So what I did is on this special is like, I just go, I'll try it because I did 6 shows. I'll try it on one of the shows, see if it works. And if it works, we got it. And it worked. And we got it. And I told another story that I didn't expect to tell, like randomly, about Snoop. And so yeah, and so I think this special is going to be pretty fucking
It sounds
awesome.
awesome.
And I
I'm
call it
excited to
lucky
see it.
because I'm the luckiest man in the world. And this is how much I believe in luck. I travel with
A grenade.
I travel with pennies everywhere,
Everywhere you go, pennies.
and I drop them all over the place so that people find a penny and go,
That's
"Hey,
sweet.
Good luck.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
And they're cursed.
yeah." So
I haven't seen those since I've been at my grandparents' house.
I
The
know.
little like rolls of money.
I have a ton of these. So I drop them all over the city. I just drop them everywhere. And the best is
Grandpa.
the first day I got them, everyone in our office is like, "Hey, Bert, did you put a penny in front of my car?" I was like, "Yes, did you get it?" But it's really great because if I see a penny, like my thing, I have OCDs, and one of my OCDs is if I see a penny, it's going to be awesome. If I spit on a crack, it's going to be awesome. If I spit on a crack, everything's great. Everything's peaches. And so I'm like, on my when I shot Hey Big Boy, or maybe Hey Big Boy, I think it was Hey Big Boy. I got out of the I shot in Cleveland. I got out of the car and I was nervous. I was really nervous for that one because I shot 4, but the first 2 I had mustard on my jeans on one. I was like, what the fuck? And so I got out of the car and there was a penny right outside where we parked, when I got out of the car. It's the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, that's gonna be fucking awesome. I was like, that's great. And I did it. I murdered. And then that night we're partying after, and I'm like, dude. And I go, you know how I knew it was gonna be a good show? And my cousin Andrew goes, you found a penny, didn't you? I went, I did. Did you see that? And he goes, I put it there.
That's awesome.
He was like, I was putting pennies everywhere, hoping you'd see them. I was like, nice.
That's
That's
great.
a really.
But I believe in luck.
good
I'm the
look.
luckiest fucking guy in the world. I am the luckiest. I'm the
believe
luckiest
that.
guy. Think about this. Ready? I'm the luckiest guy. It's college for 6.5 years. Rolling Stone discovers me, calls me the #1 party animal in the country. Oliver Stone options rights to my life. I moved to New York. Within 6 months of doing New York, Will Smith his team happens to see me do stand-up. I get a 6-figure deal. I move out to Hollywood. I then get another 6-figure deal. I get a TV show. I get a show called Hurt Burt. I then lose it all, meet the perfect woman I could ever meet when I have nothing. She's only there for me. Then I make it all back. I get on Travel Channel. I keep working. I randomly tell a story about getting involved with the Russian mafia on my buddy Joe's podcast, who happens to become the biggest podcaster in the fucking world. I make a movie out of that one story. You want to know luck? So I tell them Russian. This is luck. I tell the Russian mafia story on Joe's podcast. He tells me you got to start telling that on stage. I start telling it on stage, and then finally I do the Machine special for Showtime. No one watches it. So I post on December 27th. I post that Russian mafia story on my Facebook. At the second I post it, and a woman in Minnesota happens to be unpacking her iPad and uploading Facebook to her iPad, and the first thing that comes up on her Facebook is that Russian mafia story. That woman then writes, as one of the first comments that you will see when you see that video, this story is 100% true. I was in Russia with Bert. He fucking robbed us.
Shut the fuck up.
That story then goes viral because of that one goddamn comment.
Oh
Tell me I'm not the luckiest motherfucker you're
You're
ever
made
going
of
to meet.
pennies. Yeah, that's crazy.
And tomorrow I'm going to bench 320 pounds in front of busting with the boys.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah. And that's BERT KREISCHER, bitch.
That's great.
That's a good ending.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll
See you tomorrow.
My ass is so so sweaty right now.
It like got way hot. Like
It got so hot. I was
Wait,
like,
wait,
my
what's
tits are
happening?
sweating.
I know.